Welcome to the Tune Into You Meditation Podcast, where you can take a few moments to tap in, turn on, and come alive from the inside out with your guide, self-love specialist, Jennifer DeVue.
In this episode, I'd like to talk about not taking things personally. So first, what does it mean to take things personally? It's that awful, uncomfortable feeling when someone says something to you, or treats you in a certain way, or does something that makes you annoyed, angry, frustrated, or just feel bad about yourself. When we take things personally, we are giving our power away. We're allowing someone else's actions to dictate our own internal state. This doesn't have to be so. It is 100% possible for you to be in whatever inner emotional state you desire, regardless of what anyone else is doing around you. Now, you may think that this would take an enormous amount of self-assuredness, and in some ways that's true. But really what it comes down to is no longer allowing yourself to have any buttons for people to push, any triggers or switches for people to flip. It's to be so self-aware and so sure of who you are and who you are becoming that no one else has the power to decide for you. In this meditation, I am going to ask you to really dive deep and ask yourself some very important questions, perhaps ones that you've never asked before. You see, what I have found is that when we take things personally, when someone says something and it really gets under our skin, it's because some part of us is afraid that they're right. Imagine it. If someone called you a purple octopus, you'd probably just laugh it off because you know that that's not you. But if someone called you something else, something that triggers you, you might have a different response. Why? Because on some level you're afraid that they're right. Or perhaps if someone gives you feedback that really upsets you, perhaps it's because you're afraid that you can't change, afraid that the picture that they have painted of you is what you're stuck with, that it's all anyone will ever see of you or be able to see of you. But that simply isn't true. Not taking things personally is about having the willingness to look within deeply and find the roots of these fears and why we're holding on to them so that we can finally let them go and begin to see that nothing anyone ever does is actually because of us. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable position, either sitting up or lying down. And allow your eyes to gently drift closed. You can begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths. Noticing the sensation of the air moving in and out. Beginning now to unwind as you settle into this time for you. This time to simply be, to receive, and to relax. And as you relax even more, with each breath, allow yourself to bring to mind that perfect idea of who you would like you to be. For some of us, this image may seem far off, for others, it's a little closer. But just allow yourself to notice what your ideal version of you looks like, feels like, acts like. What are those top qualities? Confidence, calm, fun. Is your ideal version of you someone who never does anything wrong? Or perhaps someone who can handle mistakes with grace? And now bringing to mind what some of those buttons, those triggers are for you. What are the words or phrases that someone could say to you that just gets under your skin? And allow yourself for a moment to travel back in time to perhaps the first time you felt this way. Or perhaps the first time you heard these words. And in this safe space, right now, just you with you. Go ahead now and allow yourself to feel all the hurt, all the pain, you can go as deeply as you need to. Or you can allow yourself to continue to discover why these things bother you so. Discovering them for yourself in your own time, in your own way. And that's really it. That's all there is to it. Is to notice and let it go. Finally, fully realizing, perhaps for the very first time, that nothing anyone says or does is truly because of you. Everything that someone else says and does is because of them. Their own experiences, their own thoughts. their own feelings. You can probably imagine, if you did, the exact same things in the exact same way. While one person might respond with anger or with distaste, someone else might respond in an entirely different way. And neither is right or wrong or good or bad. And none of it has anything at all to do with you. And even less to do with who you really are. Deep down, you can feel so good about being you when you realize that you are always growing, moving towards that person you really want to be. And that momentum, that progress, is all anyone, including you, can really ask of you. Life is not about a destination, but the journey we take along the way, making the most of each moment by truly recognizing that nothing anyone else says or does has anything to do with who you really are. And you can allow these words, this message, to continue to sink deep into your mind, into your heart, as you find your way back into the room, and whenever you're ready, open your eyes. But before you get back to your day, I invite you to take a few moments to appreciate yourself for taking this time to tune into you. Thank you so much for listening to the Tune Into You Meditation Podcast. If you are someone who got into the free Confidence 101 3-part audio course, congratulations. That course is no longer available for free. Now, if you're bummed and you are really hoping to get into that course, no worries, you can still get in and receive a massive 40% discount when you use the coupon code CHOOSEYOUDECEMBER. That's CHOOSEYOUDEC. You can find the course, Choosing Confidence, 3-part audio course, online at courses.jenniferdevu.com.